You need to build PV on load-restricted roofs. Lightweight modules may a solution, with which special technologies producer offer durable and flexible modules. You learn now. Welcome to the booth of Pika Power. On my side, I welcome Garbo Veraart. Mr. Veraart.
Hi.
Pika Power has not only lightweight modules, but a special lightweight module.
Correct.
What is the special on this module?
Well, in comparison to other lightweight modules, we are not using ribbon technology. We are using PEC, planar electronical connection, in combination with back contact cells, which actually results in a much more safe product in comparison to the ribbon technology.
Yeah, and what is special on the PLC technology?
Well, this is actually an example of how the module has been built up. You can see a copper film, isolation layer, and the back contact cells. If you have a normal ribbon technology photovoltaic module, a lightweight module, there are stripes running underneath and over the cell. If something happens, maybe wind or handling on the roof, there is a large potential that these ribbons will break. They will snap. The current cannot go through anymore, which means that the heat and everything is going to build up inside the panel, and there will be hot spots, delamination, and maybe risk of fire. So this technology is definitely the only suitable and most safe technology if it comes for lightweight modules.
Okay, so you avoid the break of the ribbons, and it's more flexible.
It's still flexible. Yeah. If a cell breaks at the ribbon technology, there is a chance that there are mini arcs going through the panel, which allows it to catch fire or something like that. If we receive a micro crack in the actual cell, you can actually see it's some sort of maze. The current can always go through, so it will not stuck. It will not get overheated, it will not get delamination, it will not get hot spots.
Okay, so you can handle also some micro cracks if a part of the cell is
yes, and
breaking.
it will not even influence the yield.
Yeah.
So actually that's also a very big advantage of our technology. Yeah, the technology has been developed by Pika Power together with Dr. Martin Green. We all know Mr. Dr. Martin Green. So yeah, we know for sure that it's really a very reliable technology, and we already installed lots of megawatts, so our clients are also very happy with it.
Yeah. And what kind of cells do you use?
We produce our own cells. It's IBC 2.0, so integrated back contact cells, which are corresponding with these holes and connected to the copper film.
Yeah. And you have different versions of these modules?
Yes, actually we've got a second generation, which is the standard generation. You can see it here. It's very flexible. The good thing is that there is also anti-glare certification, so we can also use them at local airports and things like that. We also have a third generation, which is more stiff. Big advantage of this generation is it's got fire class B, which is pretty unique for lightweight solar.
Yeah, so you can use it on more roofs.
Yes, actually we've been doing B-roof T2 and T3 testing. The fire did not penetrate the module. Heavy fire after 30 minutes, and there was not even a spark through the panel, which is great.
That sounds very good. It sounds like a module with glass, but it's just without glass.
Except the glass, yeah. That is correct. But talking about glass, we have a new module. It's a thin glass module.
Shall we take a look at it?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So this is the new lightweight glass module.
It's the thin glass module. In comparison to other suppliers, we are using 1.6 millimeter thin glass. It's actually very rugged, also passed the hill tests. It's brand new. We are just showing it here for the first time, and it will be launched this September. We will start the mass production. You know, it also have a frame, so you can also use it at a normal standard installation frame. And it's also based on the PEC, IBC, UIBC technology. So
So it's always the same technology. but
That's
just
the
with
only
glass.
technology we are producing. That is correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, and the frame you can also use it on pitched roofs.
Yes, of course. Yeah. You can use K2. You can use Van der Valk, S-Deck, and things like that. You can install this like a normal glass module, except it's much lighter. It's only 15 kilograms per panel, which is 6.7 kilograms per square meter, which is still very light in comparison to a heavy glass
That's maybe
traditional module.
two-third of the normal
Yeah.
module, something
Sure.
like this. Yeah, it sounds very good. And what is the power of the module? You know it?
There are different modules available. This one is 540 watt peak. In the future, we will also have a 600 watt peak module. And for now, that's the Scala. So we've got two different, but we will focus on the 540 first. Of course, it's a new production line. We need to sell something before we can upgrade.
Yeah, that sounds good. And who are the target
Mainly,
customers?
there are now people sitting there, but mainly large distribution centers, warehouses, factories, large-scale rooftops, which cannot bear the heavyweight glass modules. With restricted weight limits, that is correct. That's actually our main focus.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're
Mr.
very
Veraart,
welcome, and
for
have a good
for
one.
the products, for the super presentation. And if you want to know more about Pika Power, please use the website.